bottle, got it quiet, and then I call you, right? All right, state your name.
Joe Marpar.
Thank you. All right, where are we with his?
To keep cheating me by bringing the baby in. He's at 1,017.36,
1,017.36.
which means he's paid a little over 500.
From the last time that we were here, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to pay 1,000, but he did pay.
Well, no, I had a,
Oh no, I'm sorry, that's the next one.
yeah, no, he wasn't gonna pay 1,000. He was gonna pay, he was actually gonna pay 400, but paid more than.
Yeah, I
he said he
paid
was.
530 and paid an extra 100 the
Cool.
other day. So I'm at like 900 right now, but the last 100 is pending, like right now.
You paid something yesterday
Yeah.
on Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay, so okay, I got you. No, that's fine. You don't have to show it. I believe you. Because you paid more than what you, reason I don't need to say, you told me that you were gonna pay 4, but you've actually paid more than what you told
Yeah.
me you were gonna pay.
Right.
Okay, so how are you gonna get this last part paid out?
Well, rent coming up, so I'm gonna pay rent. And then
Well, hold on. Don't. I hear what you're saying.
right,
I don't want to look at it that way right now.
right.
How would you get this 1,017 paid?
Really basically paying it. I was gonna try to pay it all off through January. That's what I was planning to do. Cause it's only
That
900 right
and
now.
right, that and January?
Yeah, and January rent. So upcoming rent, and then before February rent come, it should be all the way down.
Okay, so, all right. I gotta work with certain accounting principles as to how we're doing this, okay?
Right.
So how much is your monthly rent?
Around like 658 just rent by itself.
All right, so let me ask you this. When's the next payment you can make?
It'll be after the first, so probably.
No, that's okay. I just needed you to tell me when you can do it.
Well, I was doing 200 a week, so
You're doing 200 a week is what you want to do.
yeah.
So what day do you get paid? I mean, what day of the week were you going to try to make that 200?
I want to say like the 5th.
The Monday?
Yeah. Well, I don't know exactly what day it is, but the 5th of January.
That's a Monday.
All right.
But that's when you want to pay the next 200 is what you're telling me. But here's the deal. If you pay 200 each week, then by the end, if you start on the 5th, by the end of January, you've only paid $800, which is really effectively going to be just basically your January rent cost.
Right.
But then you're still going to owe this 900 now.
Right.
You follow me?
Yeah, but I was saying I was gonna pay rent too, like paying rent too.
Right. But so here's what I'm trying to do, like with everybody else. I'm trying to work out how you're going to do this so I can give you more time to get it done.
Okay.
Because right now, if I give this judgment, you got to come up with that basically 1,000 according to their records, but 900 according to yours. You'd have to come up with that by the 5th.
Okay, no.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out how to kind of spread it out for you, but I got to make sure for the landlord that everything's going to get paid.
Okay, right.
So when are you going to pay? Since you want to work it that way, we'll try it. When are you going to pay your January rent?
Around the same time I was gonna pay that extra 200. So
Around the 5th?
yeah.
Okay.
So
So,
you're gonna pay
hold on
like
a second.
900 on the 5th total?
Right. And that's
Yeah,
not
then-
the
Because
balance.
your rent's 729.
Yeah.
And how much did you pay yesterday?
I paid 100 yesterday.
729, and then you're going to pay So we might be able to do this, do it
Right.
just as straight. Okay,
Yeah,
so you
Well, let's
got
make it-
900 basically that you gotta pay, right?
right, yeah,
So we're gonna make this real simple. I'm gonna
Closer
grant,
to 8, Your Honor.
pardon?
It's closer to 8. The rent's 729 and he's got, the utilities are pretty small there because they're split with the other folks in the apartment. But his January rent is gonna be just under 800
800.
and he owes
So-
1,017.36, make it 917.36. So that's why I say his rent's gonna be a total of 8.
So he needs the additional 200, which will bring him about 1,000 and do whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, young man, again, just trying to make it simple. By that date, the 5th,
mhm.
do you think you can come up with $1,000? Well, no. How much would he have to come up with? Let's see. You got me
He
confused.
says if he paid 100
100,
yesterday,
he's
he
at,
owes 917.36.
Right. So $900.
so can you pay that 917.36 by the 5th? Or if I gave you to the 7th, can you get that paid?
Can we go to the 10th, or am I pushing it?
What about the 9th?
9th, cool. We could do the 9th.
Yes, sir.
Done.
No, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grant a judgment for possession for that total amount of the 917.56. That's only because they don't have the 100 right now. Okay?
Right,
But they'll
but it's changing.
subtract that out.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'll give you until the 9th.
All right, so if it's all paid, I'll have to come back here on the
You don't have to come back. The baby does, you don't know. But no, you don't have to come back on that, but understand that what we just ordered here, that doesn't include your January rent.
Right,
Even though you're paying the January, you gotta then get your January rent paid.
that's cool.
Got it?
Yep,
Okay, that'll work.
appreciate it.
All right, not a problem. Take care. Peninsula Place versus Equities Gardner. Should have just called them up at the same time. Why not? Then they just switch the baby, bring the baby.
How they're doing it.
They got it all under
They
control.
know.
They realized that I like both of them, but I'd rather just see the baby.
She's at 1999.61.
1999.61. All right. And Ms. Gardner, how are you gonna get that? Now,
I couldn't,
you said you paid 1,000.
I couldn't pay it. My car broke down.
Your what?
My car broke down,
Okay.
middle of the street. But I have half of the 1,000 from January 2nd right now. That I can,
Say again?
I was gonna pay another 1,000 on January 2nd. I have half of it now if you want me to pay.
Half of. You have 1,000?
She has 500 right now.
From my check that's coming next week.
Okay.
You want me to pay it before the 2nd, then I can pay
And
the
then the second, you'll have how much?
500.
So you'll have 1,000 by the second. Gotcha.
You have the other 1,000.
The 16th,
The 15th?
the 16th, 2 weeks from the
Ooh.
2nd,
By the 15th,
16th.
16th, that Friday. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Ms. Gardner, here's what I'm gonna do because this is gonna be I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna lock you in at this point so that we're not dealing. How much is your January rent?
635 before add.
Okay. Then I'm not gonna worry about your January at this point. Here's what I'm gonna give you time to get this done.
Mhm.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grant it for possession to the landlord for the 1999.61. Defendant to pay $1,000 January 2nd, 2026. Getting paid balance by January 16th, 2026. If you don't pay that 1,000 by the 2nd, then what's going to happen is they're going to be entitled to a writ on the 5th.
Okay,
Got it?
Mhm.
You think you can do that?
yeah, I'm gonna pay.
Why are you looking at me like that, Miss? Didn't I?
Me?
Yeah. Are you just looking at me funny? Are you mad at me?
No, I forgot
don't
to check the money judgment box on Mr. Pye's judgment. I was waiting for a chance to tell you that I would request that you check the money judgment box on that.
Oh, on that. Okay. We'll do that. Then I'll grant a judgment
The
to
guilty
the
plea where
plaintiff
no
in this
man
case
pursueth
for
or
possession and money. All right, you'll get everything paid by the 16th,
Yes.
right? And now that we resolve both of your cases, the little guy, I don't get to see him anymore. I almost want to just set another date for one of the two of you, make you bring the baby. All right. You guys take care of yourselves.
Thank
Take care
you.
of that little one. All right. I need Mr. Pye's file back. So I can check the box for Mr. Glencoe Hills versus Ali Hicks. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Your name?
Ollie Renee Hicks.
All right. And where are we with? Well, this was a judgment taken.
But you've already issued a judgment and an order of eviction. It's scheduled for the 8th. She, with the help of Ms. Bauer, has had her voucher reinstated by RPI. And they have not sent official notification yet.
So
See, the documentation from our RPI will reduce her to 896.69.
that she would owe on that?
That she would owe, and otherwise it would be, yeah, so that's what we have is 896.69 that she will still owe, which I think she's responsible to pay.
Okay, what do you want to say, man?
I spoke with an attorney from Legal Services,
Okay.
and he stated to me that there is a possibility that my portion to pay may be zero because I was cut off of Social Security in July. So there may be a chance that it will be zero, but I have to wait to find out. I'm not for sure, but he said that there is a possibility. But also, in addition to that, I have an appointment with Hawk the first week of January, and they are working together with Senior Services to get the rent paid. I believe the name of the group is Senior Services of Washtenaw County.
If I could have just a moment here, I did get an email from Mr. Campbell. Let's see. That's not helpful, but let's see. Housing Bureau, Ms. Linton is involved. And so they are reversing the current termination, but there's still some gazintas to do about some employment that Ms. Hicks has had. So as of right now, it looks like my client used the best case scenario for what we know, which is that she owes 896 will be her portion, 896.69.
But she has two.
Instead of 5,300 or something like
Right,
that.
exactly. So it seems to me that what I will do is, I think I'm inclined to adjourn this to the 16th. I want to see what the agency says. Whether or not there's assistance there that would at least pay that off. There may have to be some calculation, but also if your rent should have been zero, it may give them time to figure that out, which might reduce that. Now it might go up because there's some other issues involved. I get that, but at least it. Yes, ma'am.
I spoke with Mr. Campbell last night, and there was a job I had, and that job was, I took the position because I was cut off with Social Security. And I stated to him that that was after I was, the voucher had been terminated, which was September. So that employment will not impact what I owe.
Okay. Well, we'll sort that out.
Yes,
I'm more worried about the fact that if there's assistance out there that will cover that, then we can cover it. But also then if it was supposed to be zero, then maybe that's gonna take away from some of that. That's really what concerns me. But what the good thing is that the big chunk of
yes.
it. All right. So,
I want to do my.
Have you issued the order of eviction, Your Honor?
I
I
do,
see that we submitted one and my client told me it was scheduled for the 8th, but I don't have a signed copy in front of me.
you see the red on this?
I just want to make sure that nobody
On the
comes on
11th.
the 8th to move
Yes,
her out when she's expecting to come to court on the, did you say the
16th. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay the writ at this point, or stay the execution of the writ. And then I'll adjourn this to January 16th, 2026 at 2 p.m. Okay. And then maybe we can have some news either on the assistance or the other thing. Sound good?
That'll work.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
wonderful.
Thank you. Have a blessed meeting.